Make sure we're where we should be. Let's turn the blower on. There we go. Nice. Okay. It's me just being alerted that by my phone that I'm online. It's very nice of it. Nice. Okay. Right. Let's have a look. Ahoy, shipmate. How are we doing? Tonight, one of these pesky little buggers. Ahoy, Karen. Yeah, so we're gonna have a go at some night goblins. Or snagger, I think the thing is. So yeah, I'm gonna start with an elf green, I think. I can use browns, etc. So let's load up my little blue tray with some medium. Nice. Ahoy! How are we all tonight? Let's say these are the night goblins from Ragnarok miniatures, supplied to me with many thanks by Griffin Beast. I thought, okay. The temptation of these is to print very quickly and pile on the black or the grey cloaks. So I'm going to see what I can do to make them look a bit different. Got a few ideas. Obviously, I'm going with the green skins. Everyone's taste for Tolkien style gobos, I know. Sorry about that. So just lay down this elven green. It's very similar to the wyvern one. So I've thinned it out a little bit with the medium. And it's on the wet palette as well. So yeah. Evening. Is that some of these foreign images, emojis about how's that happening? That's how this channel. Everything keeps changing. All good fun. Yeah. I think you can get these in the as a starter pack in the collector deal thing. But yeah. So is everyone busy this week? I saw I saw your video. You uploading your new software for your camera. Looks very, very posh. Very nice. Mm. Yeah, I've had my painting list has been quite empty for a change, so I kind of left it that way so I could play with the speed paint. Yeah, I noticed the autofocus was quite quick as well. That's good. Yeah. Nice. All right. Did the other one make noise when it zoomed? Did it? Right. I'm gonna go with. Where's it gone? I might have been that one. Nope. Let's start with. I wonder if this is a little bit close to. I've just missed a bit of flesh underneath his chin there. Excuse me. It's always tricky when you're painting something that's got lots and lots of dark colours in to actually break it up and have a different. I go for necromancer cloak because why wouldn't I? Then thin this out quite a bit. So So we have some of the undercoat showing through. You get some free highlighting. It only needs to be like a bit of a filter, really, because we've done like the underpainting, as it were. Yeah, so it seems like we got like a kilt sort of long robe kind of affair. I wanted these ones to be like a little bit uniform, sort of tie them in, you know what I mean, rather than just go for black sort of all over look. Which is fine. I thought I'd give these a little bit of a back story. Ah, even Dale. Painting these lovely night goblins from Ragnarok via Gripping Beast. So just making sure I get plenty of medium into this grey. I don't want it too thick on the miniature. If it looks a bit thick on the miniature, just add a bit more medium. Yeah, there's slightly different sculpts than their usual ones. That's their usual spear with a big flat head. But these ones he's put like a barb on, and they're one-piece casts. Well, they look all right. Yeah, I mean, a couple of the hands had to put the pin vise through and just drill them out a little bit. But on the whole, they just went straight in. The rest of the miniatures are one piece, so not a lot of prep time. Yeah, I think is it colours next week? Next weekend? I think so. I think you can order. I think they were saying that they're taking orders to Wednesday that you can pick up at colours. It sounds like the puppy's coming up the stairs. So. Sounds like he's been presumed by wifey to lock him into his little cage. Mwahaha.
Your little friend's here.
Had to organise the treats for the dog. Okay. So I have to put up the snoring again in. Ah, whereabouts you on holiday? Yes. What was I saying? What was I doing before I was rudely interrupted by the dog? Oh yeah, I was saying about colours next weekend. Yeah, there's a Newbury race course again. I'm not sure. I think so. So what's everyone else up to tonight then? World War II stuff? Enjoy, enjoy. Yeah, so I noticed you found the poll thing then. Poll, sorry. I think I guess in poll. Poll. I noticed you had a more sensible poll than I. Oh, was it Benny Hill that had the Hell's Grannies? Or was it the Dick Emery show? It was one of those two, wasn't it? They did the Hell's Grannies, and they had that's quite funny. Okay. I'm going to go for my watered down black over that. Oh, that was it, Monty Python. You're right, absolutely right. Yeah, I remember now. So we've gone for like the grey under. So this over tabard where do I use my watery black. I think I told people near once about my run in with bingo. I near oh yes, a tale of high adventure. As I will tell you if you wish to listen. Or I could carry on talking about the painting. Evil. Yes. Okay, I'll tell you this little story. My mother-in-law, God rest her soul, and I did like her an awful lot, used to live in a block of flats where there was all old people, and they obviously had a common room, and every week they had a proper bingo game and a proper caller coming in, but they had their own kind of machine that spat the balls out, whatever. So anyway, this one time the guy couldn't make it. He was ill, and my mother-in-law asked if, knowing I'm in a band and used to talking to microphones, etc., asked if I could come and do the bingo, and I said, "Yeah, of course, no problem." So there was I, sat down in front of 33 flats worth of old and wise and betters, and I started the bingo, and you could hear a pin drop. It was very taken very seriously, and me not being the most serious of people, I decided I was going to do the bingo caller thing. So I shall give you an example of my bingo calling. Two little ducks, 13. And I did like you did. 1 and 3, 4. Yeah, all those. Two fat ladies, 16. Well, by the time I'd done this 2 or 3 times, the Uber guy that was in charge had come across and switched my microphone off and decided to take over. And I was never asked again. I was only trying to bring a bit of excitement. But yeah. Kelly's Eye, 21. I've got the key to the door, 24. Yeah, so there we have it. How was I to know they knew all the rhymes and they crossed their little boxes off way before I said the number? They should have waited, shouldn't they? Yeah, I didn't. I didn't get invited to any of their dues to help out anymore for quite some time. Was it as popular as a horny dog at a Miss Lovely Life competition? Ah, that's where you got to video it and put it straight onto YouTube. You'll get loads of hits. A foot long song. I'm waiting for the correction on that typo. Really? You type the same thing again? Is your predictive texting getting the better of you? Or am I missing something? So yeah. Yeah. I would have given up with song. Oh, it's all good fun. Yeah, I said get back to some painty stuff is as you saw earlier in the week, probably some impromptu video live thing I did. I've been playing around with Speed Paint 2 to see what's what. So I kind of got to terms with Speed Paint 1. I just wondered how different Speed Paint 2 was. You know, very mixed feelings about Speed Paint. So I thought I'd get on it and get buy the mega set. And so I could do some videos on it. So yeah, I've yet to come to a full conclusion about it yet. A lot of what I said about the Speed Paint 1 still applies, I think. Yeah, some of the colours I found were very, very. No, for me, the jury's still out on it all. It's definitely something there, something useful. For me, I haven't quite worked out what it is. Definitely the metallics, I like the metallics. I think somebody, might have been Rich, was asking about the metallics. Yeah, I've done the two videos, one with different undercoats, one with a ordinary, like I Xenophore, these ones with the black and grey. Yeah, yeah, I did have a go with those. So the new Army Painter ones just don't reactivate. So they've definitely cracked that. They dry very quickly. Yeah, yeah. I've got a few. So, what did I do? Let's see, better live. That was that's Speed Paint 2 over the Zenithal black and grey. The shield's very bright because I painted it, underpainted it with white as well. This is the Speed Paint 2 over white undercoat. Now that was the Vallejo, is it Mechanicus or whatever it is, Mecha Primer. So that is slightly shiny, which is why you got that bit of patchiness. They do like the matte paint better. So that was the first two I played with. Drop him in. Plastic Irish all over the floor. Pick it up before the dog finds it. Okay. So then I just had a play around and saw what I could do if I blended quick. So this one took. That was when first I did the video. The video was an hour long, so it's probably about 45 to 50 minutes without the camera on. And so then I thought I'd have another go off camera, and I did this one. Again, that's all Speed Paint 2, and that one took 50 minutes. So that came out all well, I thought, for the paint. But to be honest, I reckon I do paint quite quickly anyway, so I'd have probably been able to do a better stand of that with ordinary paint in 2 hours. So it's horses for courses, I think. And these are the ones I've been playing with today. I'll use them slightly differently. And that's just one coat of speed paint per colour, as it were. But the metallic is really good. So these, there was 7 single miniatures in this double. Apart from the white, which I've done some lines with, and the eyes, that's all speed paint. I thought the metallics worked very well. I've bought I got the Mega Paint set, which I've obviously been playing with on these guys. And then I did like there's only 3 metallics in that, so I bought the metallic set as well, just to play with the rest of the metallics. I say the white paint's the only one that's not army painter, not speed paint. Everything else is. So yeah, I don't think it's ever going to look as good as painting it normally. But if you want to get miniatures on the table, it's not a bad go, and it's quite fun to use. I mean, those dragony things I did, they were great fun to paint. Okay, so what we're going to do now is This is why I'm uniforming them up. I'm going to make these bad boys red caps. The closest one I think is usable as a skin tone straight out the pot, I think, is Peachy Flesh. I found the others were a little bit dark. I still prefer using the paint using the, was it Crusader Flesh, the original speed paint. So I think that's quite a bargain at the moment. As long as you know it's going to reactivate, so you don't use it anywhere you've got paint over. I think to a certain degree it's actually flows a bit nicer, I don't know. I just started playing around with thin them down and start using them as like a wash. I think they remind me very much of their glaze paints, GW glaze paints. Yeah. I just do believe that they're interesting and stuff, but I think what, and GW started this, was this whole idea of this magic solve cure all, and that's not what they are. I mean, for instance, these ones I'm painting tonight, if I'd have got there's a couple of paints I can think of, colours off the top of my head in the Speed Paint 2 thing, that would have really smashed these through. But you get what you get. Then if you're going to start painting over the top of them to make them look better, like we're doing with these, why not just use these in the first place? That's the quandary I have with them. And I think a lot of it's as well, what are you painting? I just done a load of GW Tyranids, and speed paint's great for those. They're gonna look great. But if you're painting Vikings and each one's got a different coloured tabard and etc, 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 I don't think you're saving the amount of time. You're saving the amount of effort, I think. Yeah, I can see if I was in a dead rush to get something done, would they look better if you speed painted them, or I just did one base colour and put a Agrax Earthshade or a strong tone, or even washed straight over the whole miniature, or even dipped it in army paint, a dip thing. That's the questions I ask. And I like the idea it gets people painting. That's really good. I cannot argue with that whatsoever. But I still think people need encouraging them to take the next step and learn. I don't want to say to paint properly, because it is painting properly, you know, painting's painting, but more of a sort of traditional approach, I suppose. Not knowing what to say. Yeah. I think the speed paint too, if you do it in the right order, you don't even have to worry about being messy. If you start with your light colours, and I found myself really throwing it at the miniature. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, it's about what works for the individual. As I've said time and time again on here, it's a tool in your toolbox. It's not the only tool, but I think that's what they've been trying to sell us is, yes, you can paint this miniature. More time for gaming. What undercoat are you using, Wilco? Are you using your black basing or? The dog is having a good old snore now. Evening, Gary. Have you tried the... Is that from a rattle can? Because I used to black base everything, then I started using grey instead. That was Halford's rattle cans. Yeah, I now all my undercoats done with airbrush. The Vallejo grey, it's like a ghost grey. So I find it's a better undercoat than the white. And it's light enough, so if you want to zenithal, you can deal with zenithal with it. So what's what I'm painting over here now? That's the as you can see where it's the high patch. That's the Vallejo grey. Yeah, the white it is a bit thin, and the mecha is too shiny. The grey's nice though. I think it's the AK Interactive white is very good. That comes out very matte, and the black is like ultra matte. They're a bit tougher to get through the airbrush. You need a bit more pressure, or need to thin them a little bit. Yeah, stick with it. The airbrush is your friend. And once you get the undercoating down, then you'll find the whole world opens up, and the lacquer is so much better for a airbrush as well, I think. Yeah, the AK Interactive bottles are very like these small bottles. 100 ml, but they tend to last a long time. So you don't put as much through the brush. Good evening, Ben. Not only is the dog snoring, he is now farting as well. Does that mean he's going to implode? Implosion possible at this point. Okay. Let's put a green tone on their faces. Get the wrecked up brush. Yeah, so I've had the last couple of weeks, I've had quite a few new subscribers. I think thanks for sharing us about, especially Kay. Special mention to Special K. Mention me, and so I know a couple of your subscribers are on here now, which is brilliant. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm just trying to. It's good to support each other and. Spread the hobbiness, spread the hobby love. So is anyone going to Colours? Is it Newbury, isn't it? Newbury Racecourse next weekend? Obviously, it's a bit far for a few of you. Haha! sharing the love, Kay. That's what it's all about. And if you haven't subscribed to Kay yet, Go check her channel out. This is the Kits with Karen advert. Did you was it Tuesday? I think I did those ones I showed you earlier, and you got a name check in those, Karen, because I specially painted a lot of purple into them for you. So I've better do that just in case you ever saw the video. Other colours are available, but let's face it, they're not purple. It was the aforementioned. It was the big one. I think it was both of them actually. I think. Oh, it was this one where I ran the purple up the side. Especially, there we go. It is very purpley. Good work, Gary. That is exactly the right thing to say. What are you up to tomorrow, Karen? Where are we at the moment? No more iron cross transfers then. I caught that part of your video. That's excellent. I pictured you instantly, the look on your face as the tiny transfer of the iron cross disappeared into the ether. I bet you said, "Oh, blimey." Ah. Just do what you usually do. Run some of these shades, tones, whatever you want to call them. They can start drying. I see you next. I think it's next Saturday, isn't it? Colours. I'll have a muck around with the Beastie Boys and see if we can. I think they've got a sword point competition going on. I can. We can have a look at their stall as well. They won't mind because some of the. I think some of the shows are getting a bit funny about videoing for GDPR and all that sort of stuff, which I don't really know. But hey ho, I know the Beastie Boys won't care. Did I just call them the Beastie Boys? They were like that. Yes. I just thought these looked different. Look a bit different as a red caps. Right, let's grab the secret weapon. Da, 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 da. Sombra tostada. Tostada. Did I do that right? Burnt umber. There is a Speed Paint 2 that is almost identical to that. Haha. But we still like this one. See, we've missed out on that back, and it doesn't show up, but it's always best to get into a habit of cleaning up any mistakes as you go along. Yes. Have a brilliant day, Ben. That's for sure. Yeah. it was too much to resist painting these like they're in uniform, because they're so similar. Not in pose wise, but they're all got the same equipment, etc., etc. Although, again, they would have looked nice different as well, so it's just I couldn't resist it. I could just see all their cloaks and that all in like washed out blues and browns and all that sort of stuff. But I had the idea earlier that to add a bit of colour, go red caps. I was thinking about the spears, doing like a... whether it looked good if I did like a bronzy, coppery type whole spear. And I thought, would that make them too heavy for a gobbo to chuck around? I just need like Jason the Arg... is it Jason the Argonauts where he gets the pin brooch of one of the gods or something? Or I can't remember. Or was he... I don't know. It's Hercules, isn't it? He pinches it, doesn't he? That's the Talos scene, isn't it? Talos? Giant. Help me out, guys. Is it? I think so. I was wondering if to do like... I might do the tips like that rather than silver. Hmm. Yeah. So yeah. This. If I'd lost one then, I thought, oh, it's not lining up right. going to do the shields. So it's dark dry. I like the Vallejo flat. I like these model colour range. Oh, pardon me. Snip the back on. I seem to like the matte medium. Yeah, just before we come on air, we took him down the park, so he's been running around with his mates, so hence the deep snore. I'm surprised he's not dreaming yet and making funny noises. It's harsh criticism on my YouTubing skills by the dog there. It's the last time I buy him packets of nice treats. Yeah. Is that the pup sent you to sleep, did he, Karen? Have a good night. Thanks for dropping by. And don't forget, guys, drop by Karen's at 10:30 in the morning. If you're not sure what time it is, just drop by to Kits of Karen now. Drop a subscribe and hit the notification bell and let YouTube tell you. So we're doing an hour and a quarter we've been on these. Yes. So, okay, guys, if you can't see the chat, Karen's just come back. She can try 10:30 tomorrow morning. If not, it'll be Sunday morning. So just keep your eyes out. Yes. just get these back sides done, make it a little bit easier when they're glued on. It's only when you're painting you find a nice paint for. I'm going to use that for my shields, or I'm going to use that for my spears, and use it for everything. That's what I've done, that flat earth. That's my go-to wooden shield colour, which does come in handy a lot for the Dark Age stuff. It does speed it all up when you know what paint you're going to. Shall I do the shafts? Yeah. I usually do that light colour, and I was thinking, let's do something a bit different. Sorry. Drifting off the camera there. There's a little patch of black under his arm. There's mist, just drop a bit of grey in there. It'll work. There we go. Always worth it. That's the other beauty of having a wet palette. You just jump in and out with the colours. This was a nice addition, I suppose. Yeah. Again, there's another. I do think Colin sculpting is that you look at them. I found this with the Draugr, I think I said it with them. Is you look at them when they're not painted, you think, not sure about them. And then when you paint them, they are definitely. I think because he likes painting as well. He sort of sculpts and paints his miniatures, so I think he's got that vision of how he wants them to look. End product. So if you look on the Beastie site, he's got these painted up on there, and he's very Lord of the Ringsy, dark, that grim sort of dark kind of palette in them. They look great. I like them a lot. But obviously, there's no point me doing this paint along and doing just a straight copy. So hence mine are a little bit more, I suppose, Dungeons and Dragons rather than Lord of the Ringsy. A bit brighter, a bit more comic booky, I suppose. So if you want to see what they look like as very dark, cloaked evil dudes, just search up Griffin Beast, Night Goblins, and you'll find Colin's painted examples, which are very nice. good spear colour as well. It goes with the wood of the shield, so. That works. Yeah, I've cut these down quite a bit. When they turned out, they were quite a bit longer out, these spears. So I chop them down so they fit in the trays better, to be honest. But I thought I was tempted to leave them longer for the night goblins because I thought it looked really cool for them to have really long spears. Or they sell those little white, you know, the steel wired ones. They'd look good on there as well. I just want to give these a go because they've got that like barbed head on these ones, which is a very gobbo thing, isn't it? There we go. Yeah. I think these are going to look really cool. It looked quite cool as a whole Saga Age of Magic warband, wouldn't it, to have all the red caps? Yeah, maybe have just all gobbos and then maybe a troll. Or something like that. Something along them lines. So if she's in lack of answers and there's no one going to colours, then no. Well, I am. I'll try and go live, at least briefly. What I'll probably do, rather than video it, I'll just keep going live and just put part 1, part 2, part 3. That'd be the easiest way, I think. It uploads straight away then. And I don't feel my... Yeah, I think you've got an excuse there, Gary. I think most people on here are it's like Karen's Cornwall, isn't she? Um, who's furthest away? We've got Ben's quite a long far way away. Uh, Skegness is quite a long way from 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 the west here as well, southwest. Although Gary, it does show a certain lack of commitment. You know, what's Glasgow to Newbury then? I know it's a long way. We went up to the show in Newark the other week. That was a long drive. Do you have many war game shows up Glasgow? Or is it what's the war gaming scene? What's it come? Is it Claymore Castings that way? I don't know this. I can near remember. Well, that's quite a long way. I get you. It's quite hard, and when you're first starting it, that especially sort of 80s was very much. It was kind of you were scared to have people find out that you did D&D or wargaming, and then you'd have to explain it to people by. Do you know what Warhammer is? And then work back from there. It's kind. Well, you say someone, yeah, I play D&D or I am a wargamer, and they say, "Ah, is that like 40k?" Or I know someone that's a wargamer. They've got blue space marines. Well, it's definitely welcome aboard, and Gary, and you're more welcome at Pirate Rich Paints, and you, as you know, you'll get the same welcome at Karen Kits with Karen. And it's a good place to ask stuff as well, yeah, because those folks in the chat room will all help you out if I can't. So the interweb is a wonderful thing for us, isn't it? Right, let's get our oak brown. Let's let it run into any brown inks I've got going on there. Give it a squirt there. We're just going to put this on the base. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, I mean, there's a few. It's like any hobby. There's a few people out there. You can work out who to avoid. All the rivet counters and the gatekeepers and that sort of stuff, as they're called. I didn't know what they were until I was started doing videos. I think in general everyone's pretty cool. Oh no, I've met very few people. I think, I said they're fairly easy to spot. Definitely, I can definitely speak for the kind of the more historical side of the equation. And most of the drama seems to go on more on the sort of younger, sort of 40k typey. I don't think it's even that really. I think you can spot which ones to avoid. I think it's best said. And they're easy to spot on Twitter. But as I say, I just want to reach out there and say it's enjoyable for me to, especially these paint-alongs. I like doing the other videos, but these paint-alongs are nice because you know, there's that contact there. Yeah, it's like obviously I got involved with the Griffin Beast, and their companies like that are just absolutely great. I mean, there's more than just them out there, but they really do care about the game. They're gamers, so you know they want them to see your miniatures painted. They want you to see. They want to go to shows and see people playing their game. Yeah, what my wife was saying, because she said, "Do you want me to keep the dog downstairs and so he doesn't snore on camera?" And I said, "It, no one will mind him having a little snooze." It's like you see kits with Karen, and I love the soothing tick of the clock. She's got one of the clocks is got a very loud, old-fashioned tick, and it's very comforting, isn't it? I think obviously I've spent a lot of time in the painting room with him snoring away behind me. It's you got company all the time. I think this is what it's about. This can get a very insular, lonely hobby if you let it, and it's good to reach out and well to more like-minded people, I suppose, and discuss things even if they are Monty Python films, and uh, occasionally talk about painting. I think it also encourages people that don't know to try something. which I think is ideal. There we go, the bases can now be drying. That's the crux of doing decent batch painting, is you don't wait for anything to dry, you keep brush moving. So we're on to the next colour, which is those good old spears. I'm thinking about going, rather than like the usual silver, I'm thinking about doing like a bronze or a copper. Let's see what we got up here. That's quite a nice colour. I don't know how it's going to look on there here. Should we try it? This is out of the metallic. They do a metallic set, which is really, really good. And it's got stuff like evil chrome, and there's a black metallic, and there's a green, like, so you do silks. It's like the very old D&D paints. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll go with that. What do you think? It doesn't really show up under this light. That's a shame. Let's see what the there's one called True Copper. See if that shows up better. Yes, like a bit darker. Yeah, that's better. Where the heads are different from the ordinary spears, I wondered. I was going to say, make a point of it. So what we do is we just let that other one dry. And I'm going to paint over the top of it, because that will cover it. Put a little bit of medium into my brush. It just helps it run. Yeah, sorry Neil, I will get the video made of the medium. I'll try and do that this week. I was going to do it last week and then I got sidetracked by the speed paint stuff. Nice. Yeah. to sort out some more miniatures from Griffin Beast to do. If there's anything in particular any guys want to see, just drop us a comment and I'll snag it up. I was thinking about trying to get some more like their modern warfare guys. So there's some Karen and some new subs are like World War II stuff. I don't think they've got World War II. I think they've got World War One and later stuff. I think they've got some modern like Falklandsy type stuff and so maybe do some of that. So now just layer this over the. I knew it'd be okay because the other one we put on there was lighter. So. Okay, before I paint these, I'm going to glue them on because they're going to be easier to paint while they're glued on. Grab the old faithful super glue. Do, 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 do. Just some miniatures, just they don't work until you got the shield on there, do they? Where are we? Hour and 46 we've been going. That's not bad, is it? So we're not far off kind of tabletop. As we say, we want to do that to get them to tabletop standard. and then you can take them as far above that as you wish, or stick them on the table and play with them. Whatever floats your boat. Oh, Darren, why did you give me two shields that are slightly different? Put that on the spare pile over there. So it's handy to have a spare pile of shields at hand. You never know. I had to grab one earlier when I was doing these old speedy paint Vikings. Right. So that glue should be strong enough, because you don't have to paint near the glue, because we've already painted the back. Obviously, it's worth reminding people, you know, when that glue is drying, don't put your brush anywhere near it, because there will be a little bit of undried super glue and you will be needing a new brush. So either wait a lot longer than me or make sure you don't go near the gluey bit. Okay. A little fly, interest in our light. Shoo fly, don't bother me. Yeah, so probably what I'll do is, so we're coming up to, we'll give it another 10 minutes. See how far we get. So we're gonna have to do a bit more work on the skin tone. Bit more work on that red cap. Might put a wash over this copper. I'll see. Yes. Slight dry brush over the base. Not sure if it's quite dry yet. take it up to the next level, I think. I've got copper over spear there. Good. I might put one of the brown washes into the shield to pick the grain out. I might do it like either the mid-tone, which is like a ready one, or with a flesh one, and then do the copper. That'll work probably. Yeah, so we'll just do these shields. Quickly show you what we've got. Oh, of course, red eyes. They need red eyes, but I don't have to have red eyes, but I think they should. Might change his shield. I think I've got a couple of these knocking around. Might look a bit weird if I paint big shield design on just one. Be different if he was leader of the group. There we go. So let's have a look what we've got. Just been through what else we're left to do. So yeah, I think that's like a basic paint job, and that did look good enough for tabletop, I think. But we're going to just do a little bit more work on them in the morning. They're very interesting little miniatures. So picking out the flesh tone will make a big difference as well. But I'll do what I'd usually do. I'll do a little bit more painting in the morning. Then I'll photographize them and put their pictures up on Facebook and Twitter. I think they're ones that you're going to be able to paint quite easily, but you're going to get good results from, because they're just cool little minis. There we go then. So I think that's where I'll leave it for tonight. And thank you for joining me. And you've not subscribed. Hi, John. You've been quiet, mate. Yeah. All right then, guys. Well, good night. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed that. If you're watching this back tomorrow and you've not subscribed and liked and stuff, oh dear, Johnny. I should give you a ring, or maybe tomorrow. It's getting a bit late now, isn't it? Yeah. I said, if you've not subscribed yet, why not? Don't you love us? Yeah, join the crew. Get involved. They are nice. They're the Ragnarok night goblins. Yes. So, where was I? Oh yeah, I was just pleading for subscribes. Yes, going well now. We're on 711 now. So yeah, it's really getting there now. Yeah, I thought it had something different to them. And the red caps, isn't it? I say that's just the base red and the wash on there at the moment. So I'll highlight them up tomorrow. So yeah, I'll be painting in the morning, Johnny, if you want to give us a bell or something. Righty ho, well I'm going to switch this off now. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Thanks guys, stay safe.